Good morning, friends. I'm Sunita Fadkule, professor in mechanical engineering at JSPM's Jaywantrao Sawant College of Engineering, Hadapsar, Pune. Today, this is our video lecture number 31, which is on unit number 4, that is on balancing. So we are going to study two numericals on rotating unbalance. Learning outcome is you will be able to analyze the balancing technique for rotating unbalance. So this is the syllabus content. So today we are going to solve two problems on rotating unbalance. This is CO4, that is course outcome 4. Let us see the recap. What we have studied in the earlier lecture. In the earlier lecture also we have solved two problems, two numericals on rotating unbalance. Now when you will solve the two problems in this lecture, definitely you are going to confirm your solution, or you will understand everything about the rotating unbalance. So these are the requirement to solve the problem. Static balancing means summation of forces is equal to 0 and dynamic balancing means summation of couples is equal to 0. So summation of forces means M into R is equal to 0. We divide by omega square, and couple means M into R into L is equal to omega square. Here also we divide by omega square. So we will get closed force polygon and we will get couple closed couple polygon. And remember, very important thing, always first you have to draw couple polygon and then force polygon. In few exceptional cases you can draw only force polygon if you can draw. Okay, why that already I have told you in the earlier lecture. So today also when we will solve the problem I will explain you again. So let us see the first problem. Big statement is there. Okay, a rotating shaft carries 4 unbalanced masses M1, M2, M3 and M4 of magnitudes 20 kg, 15 kg, 17 kg and 14 kg, revolving at radii 60 mm, 80 mm, 100 mm and 60 mm respectively. The mass M1, the masses M1, M2, M3 and M4 revolve in planes 100 mm, 180 mm and 300 mm respectively from the planes of mass M1 and angularly located at 65 degree, 145 degree and 270 degree respectively, measured in clockwise sense from the mass M1 looking from the mass end of the shaft. Okay, so let us see what is given. This is the configuration diagram. So there are 4 masses are given, M1, M2, M3, M4. Okay, then what are the distances given? From M1, M2 is at 100 mm, M3 is at 180 mm and M4 is at 300 mm. Okay, their masses are given, their radii are given and their angular positions are also given, which I have not drawn here the angular position diagram. As I told you in the earlier lecture also, that this is the homework for you. When you will solve this problem at home, you have to draw the angular positions here. Okay, that means M1 is suppose 0 degree, M2 is at 145 degree, like this. Angular positions which you cannot show in front view. So this is front view and angular positions will be your side view. Then what else is given? The shaft is to be dynamically balanced by 2 masses, both located at 70 mm radii and revolving in planes midway between those masses M1 and M2 and midway between those of masses M3 and M4. Determine the magnitudes of balancing masses and their respective angular position. See, it is given that you have to balance the system by using 2 planes. Okay, so this is one plane, say L, this is second plane, say M. Okay, R. Then this is the radius RL, RM, which is given 70 mm. You have to find out how much should be the mass ML and MM, okay, so that the complete system will be balanced. And we have to find out their angular positions also, at what angle from positive x-axis they should be located. Okay, so let us go to our, so this is just given data M1, R1, M2, R2, M3, R3, M4, R4, then their theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4. Okay, then for balanced masses to be provided also, we have been given radius 7 centimeter. Okay. Now, what is the step procedure? The first step is you have to prepare a table. And as I told you, this is a very typical table. Okay, once you prepare the table, it will be very easy for you to draw the couple polygon and force polygon. So what are the columns? First column is always a plane. How many planes are there? There are 4 masses, A, B, C and D. Okay, and there are 2 planes where we want to provide the balanced masses. So plane L and plane M. So show this in the sequence from left to right. A, L, B, C, D, B, C, M, D. So like this. In this sequence only we have to show from left to right. Okay, from left to right. Then what is the second column? It will be of mass. Okay, for all these A, B, C, D masses are given. So write down those masses. And these 2 masses are unknown, which we want to provide. That is, this is ML and this is MM. Write down ML and MM. Then what are their radius? All the radius are given. That is nothing but the eccentricity. All these are given. So we have written in meter here, not mm. In earlier problem, we have written in mm. You can write down in anything. Okay. Then centrifugal force, which is proportional to m into r. So this is as if it is divided by omega square, because omega square is common for all the forces. Okay. And as we are taking summation of forces is equal to 0. So as RHS is 0, omega square you can cancel because it is present in all the terms. So we never consider omega square in while drawing couple polygon and force polygon. Okay. So that means centrifugal force is proportional to m into r. So here you have to write down the product m into r. Okay. So just take the product of these 2 columns and write down here. So this will be 0.07 ml and this will be 0.07 mm. Remaining all figures you can write down. Okay. Now here you have to think where you will take reference plane. Okay. Out of these 6 planes. Now as I told you, see there are 2 unknown here. This mass is also, this centrifugal force is also unknown. This centrifugal force is also unknown. So you cannot draw force polygon. Okay. Because 2 unknowns are there and you want the close polygon. If one would have been only there, you would have drawn it. Okay, but there are 2 unknown. So what you have to do? You have to take a reference plane either at L or at M, so that one unknown will be eliminated. Okay. And what is the other rule? As far as possible, take a reference plane on left hand side. That's why here we have taken this as a reference plane. Okay. L, plane L. Here it is written RP. So now you have to write down in that next column all the distances of M1, M2, M3, M plane and M4 from this one. Okay, that you can easily write down from the distances. This is whatever it is from this, or that is given rather you can say. Okay, these are the distances. So these are given, don't worry. Okay, that is given directly in the problem. So 0.0 as it is a midway. Okay, this is midway means this is 50. Okay, then this is 300 from here minus 50, so 250. Okay, then this it is sorry, this is 180. No, 180 minus 50. Then this will be 300 minus 50. Okay, and how much is the distance from L and M? See, this is 50. Okay, how much it is? Let us see for the distances from D. M plane, no? M plane is 0.19. Okay. It is 0.19. So how it has come? This is 300, then minus this 50. Okay. And minus this one. Okay. So how much is this one? It is given in the problem. So these are the distances. Now you have to write down the couple. Next column is of couple. Couple divided by omega square. So what do you mean by couple? Just product of force into length. So product of these 2 columns will give you these rows. Okay. So now as the distance, you have taken plane L as a reference plane. So distance of this plane from the same plane is 0. So naturally this unknown will be eliminated. So it is having 0 couple. Okay. So now there are only 5 vectors. Out of that is only 1 is unknown. Okay, so you can easily draw it. Now see, what are the angular positions? This is given 0 degree, 65 degree, 145 degree and 270 degree. What is unknown? Theta L is unknown, theta M is unknown. But as this is zero couple, so theta L is automatically eliminated here. So there are only two unknown. This is the magnitude and this is the direction. Okay. Now let us draw the couple polygon so that from that couple polygon you will get these two unknown. Understood? Now, what is the first step in drawing the couple polygon? You have to first locate any pole or point, name it as a O or O dash. Here every point is known as a dash. Okay, so O dash. Now here you have located this point O. Now just follow this sequence to draw the couple polygon. That means these are the angular positions. Of course, you can draw couple polygon by taking any sequence. You can draw first this vector, then this, anything. Your answer will be same. You can try it at home. Okay. But what is recommended that you can draw the couple polygon by taking the angular position in the sequence 0 to 360. That will be somewhat easier. Okay, so naturally these angles also are automatically 0 to 360 only. 0, 65, 145, 270. Okay, so first we will draw this couple, this vector for this couple. What is the magnitude? Minus 0.06. Angle is 0. Now why minus? As I told you in the earlier lecture also, that whatever the couples are there which are falling on the left hand side of the reference plane, those will be negative, because that will give you suppose anti-clockwise couple. So falling on the right side will give you clockwise couple, suppose. Okay, so on left hand side couples will be written as negative and all right hand side couples will be written positive. So there is only one mass M1, so this will be giving clockwise couple about this one, so that will be treated as a negative, and the couples provided by all these masses is anti-clockwise, that are always positive. Okay, whatever, it doesn't depends on anti-clockwise, clockwise, no, it is just on left hand side negative, right hand side positive. Only remember this one. Okay, so that's why this couple is negative. Now you have to draw this vector, magnitude, direction. Direction is 0, that means along the positive x-axis. Magnitude is this one. So what scale you have taken? See, 1 mm is equal to 0.005 kg meter square. Okay, so from here O dash, draw a line towards left. Why towards left? See, towards positive x-axis means positive couple. Actually, if it would have been positive couple, I would have drawn towards the right, because angle is 0 degree. But as it is negative couple, it has to be drawn in the opposite direction. That means towards left. Okay. So O dash to A dash, magnitude is 0.06 kg meter square, that is force, and direction is 0 degree, but negative, that means towards left. Now you are here at A dash. Okay. Now I have to draw second vector. This is 0 only. So this is second vector now. What is the angle? 65 degree. Direction, magnitude 0.06 kg meter square. See, now I am here, A dash. So keep your angle protractor here, measure 65 degree angle and draw this line. Okay, what is the length of this A dash, B dash? 0.06 kg meter square. Whatever, you have to take the scale. Every time you have to convert this into the scale and you have to draw this. So this is B dash. Now we are here. Okay. Now the third couple vector, which is that one? Magnitude is 0.221. Angle is 145 degree. Okay. So draw this vector, third vector. 165 degree from positive x-axis. So this is the angle at 165 degree. From B dash to C dash, draw this vector. What is the length? 0.221 divided by 0.005 kg meter square. Okay. Now we are here at C dash. Okay. Now the fourth vector. Okay, this you cannot draw because magnitude is also unknown, direction is unknown. Direction is also unknown. So now draw this vector. Magnitude is 0.21 kg meter square. Angle is 270 degree. That means vertically downward. Okay. So from C dash, draw vertically downward line up to D dash. What's the magnitude? 0.21 divided by 0.005 and angle is 270. Now we are here at D dash. Okay. Your initial point is O dash. Your final point is D dash. This is open polygon, but your system is completely balanced system, you must get close polygon. So what do? Join this one from D dash to O dash, and this is nothing but representing this unknown magnitude, unknown couple. Okay, so it's the magnitude of unknown couple 0.0133 mm. Okay, so write down here where is that one? 0.0133 mm. This is equal to what now? Whatever the length I am getting, 43 mm I am getting into scale, because you are converted into scale, no? So actual length into scale is equal to 0.0133 mm. That's why you are getting mm, mass of that m plane, which we have to provide at m plane, 16.17 kg. And how you got this angle? Theta is equal to 8 degree. We have measured this angle. Actually, we have measured this angle with the help of an angle protractor. How to measure the angle? I have already explained in last lecture also. Okay. See, this is the vector which you got, final vector. This is start of the vector. This is end of the vector. How to measure the angle of any vector? Always you have to draw a horizontal line at the start of the vector. So you draw this horizontal line, and from positive x-axis, measure this angle. Okay, this is nothing but 8 degree. Understood? Now we got these two components. Theta m also we got, mm also we got. So if you put the value of mm here, now your force component is known to you. Okay, so write down here 0.07 into whatever the weight mass you are getting. Okay, now see the force polygon. Now we have to draw the force polygon. See, only this one is unknown because this you have found out. Now we can draw the force polygon. Out of 6, all 5 components are known in magnitude and in direction. So what is unknown? Only ml and theta l. Okay, so now again we are going to follow the same sequence. First at 0 degree angle, magnitude 1.2, then 65 degree angle, magnitude 1.2 kg meter. Okay, then Newton, that means here either kg meter. This is the we have taken from old book. So earlier unit was kg meter of force, but you consider it is a Newton only. Okay, so here also Newton meter square. Then third is 145 degree, magnitude 1.7, then 270 degree, 0.84 Newton. Okay, and this one, what is the angle we got? 8 degree, and what is the magnitude? 0.07 into whatever you have got the mm. Okay, so now let us draw. This is the force polygon. Okay, see, we are here. So take first point O, that is a pole point. From O to A, draw 1.2 magnitude at 0 degree. Okay, now see here in force there is no negative positive. Huh? All forces are positive because it's a centrifugal force. But in couple, there can be negative or positive. Only in couple, because it can be anti-clockwise couple, it can be clockwise couple, but forces are always acting outward. Okay, so this is 0 degree angle, 1.5 Newton magnitude. Now you are here. Then second vector was at 65 degree angle. So from positive x-axis, measure 65 degree, draw a line up to B having magnitude 1.2. Okay, Newton. Now we are here. Now from B to C, draw a line at 165. From here, 165 degree angle, magnitude is 1.7. Then from C to D, next vector, what's the angle? From here it is 270 degree. And what's the magnitude? 0.84. Now you are here. And now this is the fifth vector, which this 16.17 into that 0.07 we have multiplied. So that M plane, we have already got this vector. What is the direction? 8 degree. So from positive x-axis, mark a line at 8 degree, and this is your magnitude. Okay. So from D to E, you represent a force provided by a mass attached at M plane. Okay. Now you are here, E. Okay. So this is your final point and this is your initial point. So you are getting open force polygon. But you must get close polygon because your system is balanced. So what you have to do? Final point, initial point, draw a line from final to initial points. Okay. This will represent MLRL 1.8. That means see this one. this component, this one, 0.07 ml at theta 1. Okay, so 0.07 ml is equal to what? See, 0.07 ml is equal to, you are getting 42 mm length of the vector and multiplied by scale 0.05, you will get ml, 30 kg. And how do you get this angle theta L 220 degree? How to measure the angle? See here, this is your vector. Okay, so where is the start of the vector? Here. Draw a horizontal line here. From positive x-axis, measure this angle. That is 220 degree. Understood? Okay. So these are your answers. For force polygon also you have to take certain scale. Huh? So here we have taken 1 mm is equal to 0.05 kg. Okay. Hope you have understood the problem. Again, I am telling you, unless and until you solve this problem on your sketchbook or notebook or on any plane, you will not understand the problem thoroughly and you will not be able to draw the solution in the final examination. So please solve the problem on your own in the notebook by taking all the drawing instruments. Okay. Now, second problem. A, B, C and D are 4 masses carried by a shaft, rotating shaft at radii 110, 140, 210 and 160 mm respectively. Okay. The planes in which masses revolve are spaced 700 mm apart and the masses of B, C and D are 12 kg, 7 kg, 5 kg respectively. Find the required mass A and the relative angular positions of the 4 masses so that the shaft is in complete balance. Okay. See, this is the configuration diagram. So all the masses you have to show here. This is the convention to show the balancing system, rotating unbalance. This is A, mass B, mass C, mass D. Okay. What are given? B, C, D, their masses are given. Okay. 12 kg, 7 kg, 5 kg. Radius of all 4 masses are given. These are acting at this radius, RA, RB, RC, RC. That is given. Then their linear position is also given. All the masses are 700 mm from each other. Then what else is given? No angle is given. You don't know how to provide these 4 masses. Okay, no angle is given. So what we are supposed to find out? The required mass at A, that is MA, and angular position of all 4 masses, that is theta A, theta B, theta C, theta D. Okay, so prepare the table now, and as I told you, you have to draw here the side view. Okay, showing all the 4 masses. It has to be drawn only after the completion of the problem because you don't know any angle, so you cannot draw the side view. Okay, so let us go to this table. In this table, what is now again all the columns are same. Okay, so how many planes are there? 4. A, B, C, D. Write down the masses. Only MA is unknown. Remaining masses are known to us. All radius are known to us. We are written in meter. Then next column is centrifugal force divided by omega square. That is only M into R. So so product of these 2 columns will be given here. So this is 0.01 MA. This is only the unknown component. Remaining 3 are known in magnitude. Okay. Now again here you have to think which plane you will take as a reference plane. Either this. Okay. Now if I take, say, any of these 3 reference plane, what will happen? This unknown will be here. Okay. And these 2, one will be 0. Any 2 are knowing in magnitude, but their angles are not known. Okay. Of this one also, this one also, this one also. So you cannot draw the couple polygon. Okay, because there are 4 unknown, 1, 2, 3, and this was 4. So what you have to do? You have to consider reference plane, draw reference plane at one unknown. This MA is unknown, no? So it will be eliminated. So remaining all these 3, you can draw the triangle. Okay, even if you don't know the direction, you can draw the triangle because one side is completely known in magnitude and direction. Okay, so take the reference plane at A. That means this will give you 0 couple. Okay. Then write down the distances of all these B, C, and D from here. Okay, that you can easily see the distances. Okay, from A, this is at 700, this is at 1400, and this is at 2100. Okay, so this is 0.7, 1.4, 2.5 meter. Okay, now what will be this column? Product of force and distance. This will be couple. Okay, so this into this 0, then this product is written here. And the last column is angular position. Okay, so all here angular position theta A, theta B, theta C, theta D. All 4 are unknown. But we have to start somewhere, no? कुठेतरी एक मास काढायला पाहिजे ना काहीतरी angle ला. So we will take any of these 3 will be 0 degree angle. You can take any one, either these, or this. But as I said, you have to start from 0 to 365. It is convenient. So let us assume these be at 0 degree. Okay. So now you have to draw couple polygon first. Why you cannot draw force polygon? Because this side is also unknown, and these 3 sides, the angle, their angular position is unknown. Okay, so you cannot draw force polygon. So what you have to draw then? Couple polygon, because one of the couple is 0 only. So remaining vector will give you the triangle, and one side of the triangle is known to you. Remaining 2 sides are known in magnitude. So you can find out these directions. How? Let us see here. So let us draw this first component of the couple, for which you know magnitude also, you know direction also. At 0 degree, 1.17 kg meter square. Take suitable scale. So scale is taken as 1 mm is equal to 0.05 kg meter square. Okay. So take first pole O dash. Then from O dash, draw a vector A dash B dash of magnitude 1.176 divided by 0.05. This will give you mm length. Okay, now you are here. Okay, now you know that you have to draw the triangle. Okay, these 2 sides, you know magnitude, but you don't know direction. You know magnitude, one is having 2.058, other is having 1.68, but you don't know direction. So what we will do, already we have solved such type of problem in earlier lecture. So in your compass, take the distance 2.058 divided by scale, of course. Keep one leg here of compass, and from other leg you mark this arc. Okay, on this arc somewhere point C dash will be there, which is at a distance 2.058 upon scale at this distance. Okay, then in your compass, take the distance 1.68. Keep one leg here and mark an arc here. So this C dash point is also on this arc. So intersection of these 2 arcs will give you point C dash. Okay. Then you show the arrows. As this is, you know, polygon means it has to be in one direction only. Okay, in sequence. So 0 to B dash, O dash to B dash, this is the direction. Now this is the direction, and this is the direction. You must come to the original point. Okay, so here is the original point. Then we went to B dash, we went to C dash. From C dash again we came to O dash. This is a closed polygon, triangle. Okay. Now what are the magnitude and direction we are getting from these 2 vectors? See, this is the vector representing like this. So this is the start of the vector, measure the angle. Okay. 2.058 is the magnitude of C. So it will give you theta C. So this angle is theta C, 120 degree. Okay. Then this is the another vector. This is the start of the vector. So measure the angle from positive x-axis. That will give you 270 degree. And what is the magnitude? 1.68. Magnitude is already known to you. Okay. So this is the angular position. So write down here now your theta C is equal to whatever the angle you are getting, 120 degree, and theta D is equal to 270 degree. Okay. Now once you got this, you can easily draw the force polygon now. Okay. Because these 3 vectors are known in magnitude and direction. Okay. And you can finally close the polygon by drawing this vector. Okay. So that will give you MA and theta. Okay. So let us draw that force polygon. Okay. You are here. Take the pole O dash. Then draw a line representing 1.68 meter kg meter length at 0 degree angle. There is no positive negative in forces. So this is the length 1.68 divided by scale. What scale you have taken? 1 mm is equal to 0.05 kg meter. Okay. So this is 0 to B. Here we are. Now this is 1.47. What is the angle? 120 degree. We got it, no? This one 120 degree. This is 120. This is the vector B dash C dash. Okay. Only magnitude is different. So what is the magnitude? 1.47. Okay. Now you are here. From here to here, draw 270 degree, the line at 270 degree representing 0.8 vector. Okay, this is the length divided by scale. Okay, now you are here. So we have started from here, O, B, B to C, C to D. Now you must close the polygon. So from final point to origin point, draw a line. What does this represent? 0.11 MA. Okay, so this 0.11 MA, see here. This is 0.01 MA, huh? 0.01 MA. This is now this diagram 0.01 MA. Okay, so measure this length of 1. What does it represent? 0.01 MA. Okay, so 0.01 MA is equal to length into scale. Whatever that length is getting, see, I am getting 22 mm into 0.05 is equal to 0.01 MA. Okay, from this you are getting MA, that is 10 kg. How to get this direction? 205 degree theta A. See, this is your unknown vector, no? So this is start of vector, end of vector. So at the start of vector, draw a horizontal line, measure the angle, that will give you 205 degree. Okay, so these are your answer, that is theta A is 205 degree. Okay, hope so you have understood both the problems. Please draw these polygons by taking different scale. Don't take the same scale, so that you will get confidence of drawing force polygon and couple polygon. Okay, so thank you very much. Today we have ended the topic of rotating unbalance. Okay, now in the next lecture we are going to study first theory of reciprocating unbalance. Please don't miss my lecture. Theory is very important to solve the problem. Okay, so theory will be covered in one lecture only, and then remaining 2 to 3 sessions we will be solving the problem on reciprocating unbalance, which are very, very interesting. Okay, and all these procedure, 60 to 70% procedure from rotating unbalance is continued in solving the problem of reciprocating also. So here, that means you have to draw the table, you have to draw the force polygon, couple polygon, but there are some different concepts are there that we have to follow. Okay, thank you very much. Now I will end the session.